This is my old 90s Accord that I got for free.
And this is a $150 cold air intake we got off of Amazon.
Will it fit?
We don't know. Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to Garb Car Garage.
You ready? So,
What's up, people?
Dave ordered this for me and I didn't even ask him to.
What are we doing, Nick?
We're unboxing
You
it.
gotta greet the people and tell them what we're doing.
We're unboxing this
What's up,
box.
people? Welcome to Garb Car Garage. Today, we are unboxing the Amazon cold air intake.
We're here where Dave orders things that I don't even ask for.
Yeah, that's
And he
tough.
puts it on my card.
That's true.
I don't even want this, but apparently we're doing it.
You're doing it because it needs it. Performance
dear.
car, performance intake. Okay, so hold on, tell the people. Anticipation is the key to anticipation. Okay,
They
so
don't know what it is.
they don't know what's in the box.
It's an air intake if you're wondering. Now
But
they know.
what kind of air intake? Is it a
Cold
short?
air.
It is a cold air. It is supposedly a true cold air intake. Now we ordered this for $150 from Amazon. We are gonna see if it fits Nasty Nate's free abandoned 1993 Accord CB7. We have not opened this box yet. The tape is still intact despite Nate's best efforts to rip this thing open.
Dave has opened it.
No, this is how Amazon ships things. Very, very well packaged. So, today, you are gonna see it for the first time. We are gonna see it for the first time. And if everything goes right, we're gonna
Too much
install
talking, not enough opening.
We're gonna open it. We're gonna install it on these cars. So without further ado, let's open the box. All right.
So we got a box in a box,
We got some chrome piping, which we were expecting.
and we got some pipes.
Relatively well packaged.
Now, if I was an intelligent man, I would have guessed that this is the air filter. It is. Wow, that is a lot bigger than I expected. Don't say anything.
We got some silicone hoses.
This
These
is for
are-
boost hoses.
They're not for boost. These are
Boost couplers, they
They're
call
not
them.
boost couplers. But these are standard silicone couplers. Generally, when you buy a higher end kit, they don't come flat. But the thickness in them looks pretty decent.
Now, we're going to do the research for you and figure out if $150 is really worth it and if this will even fit. Because normally when you buy, it's kind of like body kits. If you buy a cheap body kit, they won't fit the best. If you buy a cheap kit off of Amazon, it's probably not going to fit the best. So,
I think this thing's going to fit. I don't think it's going to be 100% awesome fit. I think this will be a relatively simple install, and it's not going to have any problems at all.
but all in all, a good upgrade for the D series.
Mods before mending, and it is not a D-Series. All right, so without further ado, let's get over to the Prelude and get these things installed.
I love
We're
Preludes.
just going to call things what they aren't anymore, so I'm going to go.
So, I see a lot of interesting tubing here, which we'll have to figure out, but everything from the airbox to throttle body is basically getting ripped out. So we're gonna get ripping and tearing and zzz, zzz, boom, boom, out of there. Then we'll get the new one in, and it will make all the turbo noises.
It will not make turbo noise. It will not make turbo noise. That is not what it will sound like.
It will.
Okay. So, we got some 8mm bolts here that are probably going to break off.
Nobody cares what size the bolts are, Dave.
They want to know if they wanted to do it themselves.
Nobody owns these cars.
But lots of people own them. They're usually over the age of 80 and they drive them to buffets at 4 o'clock for all you can eat on Sunday.
It's not. That's not an 8mm, Dave.
The other ones are. How do you get this going? This one?
Click it. You're charging the other one, right?
Yeah.
On today's episode of How Do We Work GoPros, people are gonna question whether we can work on cars because we can't even start a GoPro.
I'm over the age of 35. No one's going to question that.
And there's so many weird hoses on this car.
Those are actually vacuum hoses.
Oh.
Why is that playback? Nate, I broke something. What is going on? Oh no. You're looking really weird into the camera. Look at you. Look how suspicious you are. Can I play that back? Kyle, you gotta see this.
So, No clue what I'm doing. Because I'm normally behind the camera.
There's things attached to that.
Ripping and tearing. Should probably keep that just in case it doesn't fit.
We're gonna be modifying things heavily here. I already have the grinder out.
Good. Okay.
Step 2, lower portion of the airbox. Usually just pull out.
Whoa! Whoa!
What are you woeing?
I got a 10 mil for a reason.
For what? There's no bolts on this at all.
I mean, you ripped them off. Aggressive. Do you want that out?
No, I think that's crucial to the car.
No, that just goes to the airbox.
No, that goes to the intake.
Or intake.
It's a
What?
vacuum reservoir. That was not a good break. We'll fix it, but it's not.
Fix.
This is definitely a vacuum reservoir.
We're deleting everything.
All the vacuum lines.
Good for now. Don't tell me we're gonna have to remove the battery.
Well, I think the next step is to remove that Phillips bolt. Huh, where would this go?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I think we need to get this thing up in the air and look at it from underneath.
So far, Amazon intake, not looking good. Because that hole is very small compared to the pipe provided. So, Amazon parts 1, us 0.
We're not licked yet. Let's get it in the air. I think it goes down here.
Say, I think I remember Dave stating that his Del Sol took him only 20 minutes and that this would not be any problem whatsoever.
I heard 10 minutes. We gotta use the keyword.
Would you like to comment on that, sir?
I'm looking at the Amazon ad to see if there's any pictures.
Show the camera the Amazon ad.
I'm working on it.
Race
Nope.
car,
If Dave clicks on it, it says
D-Series.
Miata.
H series.
90 to 93 Accord.
This is a 91, Dave.
It's a 93, and it still fits 91.
It is accurate.
2.5 inches, so that answers that question. Louder sound during acceleration with cone filter. Clamp is included. Easy installation. Absorb more air into tube. Washable and reusable. No need oil to avoid dust sticks on it. And made with cotton gauze. Inner fender liner is coming off to expose what's underneath.
Look, they put grease on the bolts. Put grease on them so they don't seize. Smart Japanese people.
Anyway. It's still screwed in, that's why.
Ah, yes.
Explain to the people there's a screw there.
Explain to you that there's a screw there.
So we're going to remove the battery because it's in the way. Now, we'll decide whether or not we want to put it back in, considering Nate has to disconnect it anyways every time he turns on the car.
Oh, we're putting it back here. Easy now.
Battery has been deleted.
Remove for now.
So the whole thing holding that airbox in is one tiny little Phillips screw.
That's the one I was going to undo earlier. Look at that bolt right there.
Oh, there's no more 10 mil to undo.
You couldn't see that with the battery anyway. Anyways,
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna take
could. I literally saw it.
You can't get it. Remove this Phillips.
And then that 10 mil.
Phillips from the inner fender. And this should just pop right out now.
There. Deleting. More things. So much room for activity. Need a vacuum.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Nice hole. Great fitment. Yes, good. Man, Jeff Bezos really knows how to design these things.
So we're at the point in the video where we're going to mock up the parts that we know where they should fit and see where the ones that we have no idea where they go will go afterwards. So we know that it has to connect to the throttle body. So we're going to connect the throttle body portion and then see where the cards lie at that point. Oh, ye of little faith. Just because the hole's not big enough for it. Work it, make it a little more malleable. allow it to fit a little bit better. We'll still not make that noise.
Put the gear clip.
Why is this so tight? We've got the rubber coupler installed on the throttle body. It's much easier to do with the pipe out of it. And we're going to install the clamp onto it. It's definitely not big enough.
Not even close.
You have to cut it.
Yeah, we have to cut it.
But we don't have a big hole saw available
We
yet.
don't need a hole saw. We're on to air saw.
Air saw time.
So we've kind of marked out what we want to do. Kyle has kindly done it. I am now going to attempt to do it, and when I fail, I will hand it to Kyle.
A little bit of Napa know-how. So the hole is now cut. And to be honest, once you cut a hole, it actually fits up pretty well. I mean, obviously if you cut the hole in the right area, but as long as you mocked it up before and cut the hole, it actually lines up pretty well, surprisingly.
So we're going to get the rubber molding put on in the hole. We'll get the band clamp put on here, and then we'll get underneath it and get the air filter put on it.
Oh, it fits perfect in there.
Don't push it in too far.
I think I'm on all around.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Going for the first start?
Give her hell! Okay, so the intake is installed. Amazon, did it come through or not? Nate, what are your thoughts?
If you're okay with cutting, then this kit actually works out amazingly well.
Now-
Once we started cutting and we got it down through the fender, there's almost this perfect little pocket to put your air filter.
Now I'm going to chalk this up to there's a possibility that there are different models of this Accord that may have a larger hole. So I'm going to give this Amazon kit the benefit of the doubt and say that the kit was tested on a car with a larger intake hole. But other than that, fitment was really good. It's a nice fit. We didn't even need to use any of the provided mounting brackets, as it's solid in there as it is. It's not moving anywhere. The hoses they gave were good. The clamps they gave were good. The boots, well, not like a pure silicone hose. I mean, they're a decent thickness and of a decent quality. I've seen a lot worse out there. The piping is your standard aluminum piping on it. Nothing special. Yeah, it's nothing special, but it's an intake. It really doesn't have to be. So overall, I'm going to give this kit probably a 7 out of 10.
I would honestly give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Now, before we go, we are going to give this a rating. So Nate, since it's your car, I'm going to allow you to rate it. So we're going to go, this is probably one of the more abstract scales that we've used. So from a scale of oxygen to acetylene, where would you rate this?
I'd probably give it a solid potassium,
Ooh, yeah.
which is not even a gas.
So, what's with the beeping?
It's shutting off.
So overall, 150 bucks. That sound it makes now is worth $150.
Yeah.
So, if you got one of these cars, get this intake.
Do it for fun.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. It was a bit of a pain to install, but again, with some basic knowledge of cars, a little bit of skill, you can get this thing installed no problem. The sound is fantastic. The quality is good. It's a nice budget part for this car. Even though the engine, the plan is to come out, it'll give it a nice sound as Nate's driving around for the next little bit. So again, a lot more content is coming to you. We've got more Beamer stuff. We've got more Fiat stuff. We've got more CB7 stuff. We might do a little more Amazon stuff. We haven't decided yet, but there is a lot of fun content coming. So again, thank you for watching. And
I'm not saying that.
Nasty Nate, hit the beat.